Could you bake a pud or a cake fit for Her Majesty? A new competition invites you to do just that in her Platinum Jubilee year, to come up with a new dessert to photograph and send it in to be judged by judges ranging from Mary Berry and also Regula Ysewijn, who's a judge on the Belgian version of the Great British Bake Off, and joins us on the line. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What sort of thing are you hoping that people might do?
Well, the pudding will become part of this historic moment, and it will be talked about for decades to come, which is rather exciting. So the entry needs to take all of this into account. Now, the most important thing is that the pudding is, of course, delicious, but it has to be fit for a queen and in honor of her, so it also has to look the part.
And does it have to be new? In other words, it can't just be a tasty version of a dessert we already know.
Well, it's very hard to create something which is extremely new to date. So most of the things have already been done. We are looking at something which has a story, because of course it is very important to tell us, the judges, the story behind your pudding, because the first round will be judged purely on paper. So we need to get an idea of what the baker is trying to say. So also they have to take a really nice picture. The tip is to do this next to a window, so we have nice lighting on the pudding and it can be photographed in all its glory. But anything goes. We call it a pudding competition, but it doesn't have to be a traditional British steamed pudding. It can be a dessert as well. But one thing that is really important is that it has to be something that home bakers can replicate at home, because it's not something that will be created by the best patissiers of Britain. It's supposed to be something people can make for their...
Is it?
It's the people's pudding.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the most beautiful way of putting it. The people's pudding. People will have to be able to make it for their Jubilee street party on the day.
We look forward to that, and I hope you enjoy doing the judging and the tasting eventually. Regula Ysewijn there talking about this new competition. Remember, of course, you knew already, didn't you? That's where Coronation Chicken came from.